Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to episode 53 of CCO Complete Client Overview. Recently, I've got a lot of requests to review the Blackout client, and that is exactly what we're going to do today. But before we do that, I'd like to quickly shout out the legends that are my YouTube members. If you can, please consider joining these legends to support my work. It really does help. Thanks guys. The majority of my viewers are likely familiar with the Blackout add-on for the Meteor client. I've made videos on this add-on in the past. This video is not covering that add-on, but rather the custom client that was created by the same people who created the Meteor Client Addon. This custom client was started on the 23rd of July 2023 and it is still a work in progress. One of the main reasons for me delaying this review is the fact that the client is not accessible to everyone. Currently, Blackout is invite only, and you may be wondering, can I get an invite? And the answer is almost definitely a no. I was told that the only people who are invited are users who are active in the Blackout Discord server and who have been using the Blackout add-on for a long time. Though with all of this said, I was told that they are getting closer to releasing the client to the public. I was told, and I quote, "Currently no real idea of release, shouldn't be that long, at least this year. I will update the pinned comment and the description with the download link when the client does become available." When Blackout does release, it will be a free and open source client, which is super cool. It is always exciting to see the list of good and free clients expanding. I asked why the client is currently invite only, and I was told it is currently private because it is a lot easier to help a few experienced people than a million newbies, especially when the client is young and has bugs and problems. We have also done things that have broken the config system multiple times, which I think is understandable. The last thing I can tell you about the client is that it is built for modern Minecraft versions, with today's video being on the 1.20.4 version of Minecraft. Normally I would move on to the client's website and download process, but again, Blackout is invite only, so let's take a look at some of the offered modules. Shader ESP. This module lets you highlight entities with a really cool shader. The client also offers a more standard ESP module without shaders for those who prefer that. Name tags. This module lets you see what other players are holding and what armor they have or what their health or ping is. The module looks really good, like most of the offered render modules. Speed. This module lets you move faster than what is normally possible. This works well, and it worked on most of the combat servers that I tested this client on. No slow. This module lets you eat without slowing down, and it again worked on most of the servers that I play on, which is great. Blackout also offers a cloud config system, which is a feature not found in many free clients. I really like this system, and it has a unique feature that allows you to select what parts of a config are loaded. To better explain this, let's say you have three configs. One makes everything look good, another has good combat settings and keybinds, while a third one offers some settings for movement and utility hacks. With the Blackout config system, you can load different aspects from each config separately, so you can easily load your favorite part of each config, which is super helpful. I actually really like this feature. My only criticism of the config system is the lack of information. I'd love to see a better search and results page and maybe a bit more information, and a rating system kind of like what the Vape client offers. But after suggesting these changes to the devs, I was told the config system is managed through a separate GitHub repository and not hosted on a custom cloud server. This is great as it means they can keep the client free without any hosting costs, but unfortunately it also means that no download count or rating system is possible. Hey guys, before we get into the PvP modules, I want to shout out my Discord server. I host a lot of giveaways there, and right now there are actually 2 different giveaways running. 5 people can win a Russia hack plus upgrade, while another 10 people can win a Bose client license completely for free. My server is linked below, and I'll see you all there. Now let's take a look at some of the offered PvP modules. Hole Snap. This module, when toggled, snaps you into the closest safe hole. I don't actually use or like this module very much, but the version offered by Blackout is pretty good. It snaps you into the closest safe hole when toggled and then disables itself. Offhand. This module lets you use both of your hands in crystal combat. When a certain health is hit, it switches you to a totem to stop you from dying. The module offers a lot of settings and works well. Kill Aura. This module attacks nearby players with a sword or an axe. The module offers a stupid amount of settings, but with a good config it is very powerful. Auto Crystal. This module places and explodes end crystals to damage nearby players. The module offers an insane amount of settings and works extremely well. The module is likely going to be the reason a lot of people download and use this client. Kill Effect. This module creates a client-side effect of lightning striking when a player is killed. This is only visible to you, but it is an interesting and cool visual effect to have. Hole Filler. This module attempts to fill safe holes around you. The module works well, but it did struggle a bit on my higher ping. Notifications. This module adds helpful notifications for certain events. The module has a few settings and I think it looks really good. The amount of settings offered by the combat related modules is insane. These modules are by far the client's best features and are clearly more of a focus to the client over the few utility hacks that are offered. The GUI is interesting. There are a few things that I like and a few things that I dislike. To start, I will say that I prefer the more standard GUI over the CSGO style of GUI, so I may be slightly biased here. The default key for opening the client's GUI is right shift. To start, I like that each category is split into subcategories. For example, combat is split into defense, offense and MISC. This makes it easier to find modules and this is just smart. There is no search feature for finding modules, and currently none of the offered modules have descriptions, though I was told that descriptions do exist and that they will be added. They are just not being displayed right now. The GUI does also have a little bit of a learning curve to it. It is not hard to use by any means, it is just slightly different to other GUIs. For example, a left click will open a window and a right click will close that window. This makes the GUI easy to use, but it took me a few days to get used to this. I kept clicking on the icon used to open the window, which does not work for closing the window. Blackout also offers a friend system, the config system I spoke about earlier, and a client console, which are all cool and helpful features. Moving on to the fully customizable click and drag HUD editor that can be opened with the right control keybind by default. You can select multiple elements and drag them around, which is great, though sometimes elements would be selected together when I only wanted to select one. This feature does also make it possible to drag elements off the screen entirely, which seems a little strange to me. I like that elements have a blurred background. This makes them more visible and makes them look really good. These settings can also be adjusted to your preferred look, which is great. Blackout also offers a wide range of client themes that customize how the client looks, and a few modules like Target HUD offer additional settings or modes that change how the module looks. HUD elements can be enabled multiple times, which again seems a little strange to me. This is one of those cases where I think less is more. I can only imagine the horrific HUD layouts that will be created. It is also worth noting that some of the HUD elements do not flip, so while I can drag the HUD list around, it looks pretty bad when I try and place it on the left side of my screen. So overall, even though I prefer the more standard GUI format, I actually do like the offered aesthetic and everything does work, so I can't really complain. So in conclusion, Blackout is a based, free and open source client made for modern Minecraft versions. Blackout has a clear focus on its combat and render modules with some very good looking renders and some powerful combat modules. Blackout is currently invite only, though it should become public sometime, hopefully soon. I will make a second video on the client when it does release, so subscribe to stay updated with that. I am genuinely excited for the client to become public. As I said earlier, it is always exciting to see the list of good free clients expanding, and I think Blackout is going to be very popular when it does release. Anyways, that has been my review. What do you guys think of Blackout? Let me know in the comments down below. I read and reply to all of them, so I'll see you down there. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. I have been your boy KiLAB. Peace in the Middle East.